Okay, cool. All right, so and I was thinking, by the way, we could do because you're saying you wanted to learn some piano as well. And so I've
Yeah,
got some cool little techniques I could teach you on pianos also. So if you ever want to do that at some point, that could be good
yeah,
too.
that'd be kind of cool. Like we could do a hybrid, like, because when I set it up on my computer with like the webcam instead of the phone, I want to get like a nice microphone so that it's very good in audio, and
Yep.
then I can have a piano beside that or a MIDI board, like a little keyboard, a smaller one even, and then it'd be easy to jump back and forth.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
guess what you're saying it's good to understand like theory as well in a different visual way.
Yeah, and also it's just cool. I would be cool to like teach you piano because then you could be like,
Yeah,
like improving in like the key of C sharp minor.
yeah,
That'd
I
be pretty
agree.
sweet.
Yeah, because the one thing I was trying to do, I realized is that like through just playing and having fun, which is always the best way. I've
Yeah.
not bad habits, but I've developed like in singing where I'll sing to my strumming, or it's like so. Then I realized it's like I gotta eventually train myself just like a drummer would to play effortlessly, and then you could sing smoothly over top, like as a songwriter. So it's
Yep.
like the goal of the lesson with you is to like expand my songwriting ability by unlocking more knowledge within the guitar and understanding my techniques better because like you've spent so many years studying it that it's just like I figured that's the next goal. It's like I know I could like many everyone has a song in them and I know I've written them, but I was like this helps to put the structure to it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
like you said, learning another instrument almost allows you to unlock even songwriting in your
Yeah.
relationship with
Exactly. Yep.
music.
Yeah, that'd be cool
So
because like I've always known you to be playing. By the way, am I coming through all right with the microphone?
yep, yep,
Yeah, so I've always known you as being like songwriter, singer songwriter with guitar. So it'd be cool if I taught you some piano stuff and you could
yeah,
like sing or songwrite with piano as well. That'd be awesome.
yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
So okay, so I kind of remember what we were doing last time, but have you been practicing anything with that or like anything in
Um,
particular or?
Because I just picked up the guitar again, I that night that we did it, I practiced a bit, but then I was mostly just practicing getting my fingers back into
Yep.
training. And then I did a little bit of further reading to understand the theories of how chords are formed, or the understanding to like read music in the number
Yep.
sense, as you said, instead of like. So yeah, I did practice it. Like I practiced it by
Oh yeah,
trying
yeah. I
to
remember
learn
what we were
the
doing now.
song.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so when I tried to learn my song, it was like instead of overly complicating it, then I'm like, I didn't fully digest everything you taught me that lesson. So
Yep.
it's like, well, obviously keep going over it. But it's like what I realized afterwards is as a songwriter, when I do that, and let's say you want to lift up your voice a little bit, or you really want to accent a certain part of that lyric or that song, when you know the freedoms of those patterns that you shared and how to position them in your fretboard or express them on your guitar, then you can also accent that with your voice. So
Yep.
it's like you're not trapped into like the same old like four chord song,
Yep.
which is fine, but this allows you the freedom to move outside of that box.
Yep. Yep.
And so
Okay,
I
so
try to apply it that way.
I've got a good thing that we could work on today, which is a little pattern. It's based off of the thing that we were kind of talking about last time with like the chord structures and stuff like that. So see if you can make a minor chord on the third fret with A string as being the root.
Okay, so there's the third fret, and A string is the root. So wait, third fret. So A. You got me. Let's do
Yeah,
now.
it's all good. It takes a bit.
So, like with a root, when you're starting out with a root note, does it mean that that has to be the first note though? Because it's like obviously the A is
Yeah,
here
yeah.
on the
Well, it
fifth.
doesn't have to be the first note, but for this for this case, let's make that the first note just because it'll make it easier to conceptualize.
Okay, so I got to figure out where the A is on the third fret then.
No, no, sorry. It's A string,
Oh, okay.
third fret A string. Yeah,
So that's a C.
yeah, exactly. Nice.
C.
Yeah, and then you just want to do the minor chord formation. So that'll be basically 3 5 5 4 5. Nice.
I wasn't barring the top one properly. Now that rings
That's all
better
good.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you can if you move up 1 2 3 and make it a major formation. So
Okay.
remember you do that one. But
Yeah.
you could also do it as like a yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the two ways is one, bar this finger down like this. Wait.
Yeah.
Or if it's easier,
Yeah.
you can use these three fingers and
Yeah, exactly. So let's go between those two. So we got the first one.
okay.
This is minor one. Yeah, and then this is major one.
It has a nice it has a nice lift to it. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and now I want you to go onto the E string, same fret as what you're on. And you're gonna
okay.
do a major chord on.
Oh, same fret. Sorry, 6.
Yeah, and then that's the major 5, and then we're gonna slide
Okay.
down 2, and that's the major 4. So you're gonna do minor 1, major 1, major 5, major 4. Yeah, so that's the first pattern. And so you can kind of
Okay.
you can see it's like a.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of play around with that just for a bit, and I'm just gonna bring this up with minor first chord.
Oh yeah. You're right. I went to the major there.
But
It's
I
either
mean, you can switch that up later if you want to.
you have a good ear.
Yeah.
Oh, minor.
Also, try switching it up a bit. Like
Okay.
do like instead of going like minor 1, minor major 1. Maybe
Yeah.
you could do like minor 1. Another nice one is minor 1, major 4.
Okay, so like this is minor 1, right?
Yeah.
And then the major 4 is that
No,
correct?
that's major 5.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Oh, like this.
Minor. Yeah. Yeah, and make sure the
Okay.
first one's
Oh, minor.
yeah.
And then that one's your major. There we go. Yeah, I got it now.
Nice.
So the pattern actually doesn't change for that one. It just jumps up a string,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the finger
Yeah,
pattern.
yeah.
So that's
Good way to
minor and major. So that's a really nice. It's a nice like bar chord that way. I guess that's what they call that one, right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
exactly. Now try one more. Grab the major 4
okay.
and slide it down 1. No, other way.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's the minor 5. Although it's a major chord, but that's because with harmonic minor, we can raise the 7th note, and the 7th note makes it into a major chord. So that just
Yeah,
means
and
we're in the harmonic minor essentially.
that's kind of cool because it does have that minor sound to it, right?
Yeah, and
But
that goes nicely back to the minor 1. So go bum bum.
oh, sorry.
Major minor 1, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So far
Cool.
you have the minor 1 here,
Yep.
and then we're gonna do major. We'll do major as like yellow just because it stands out pretty good, maybe. So that's
Okay.
major 1, and then this is major 5. Major 5 to ground control, and then and then this is minor 5. But it can also be turned into a major. So we'll just talk about that later. But you
Okay.
can also turn that minor 5 into a minor. So the way you
Okay.
do that is you just take the middle finger off. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then you just want to try to bar the whole thing there. Yeah, you see
Do I
that
get
also
all
works. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But the thing with the harmonic minor, when you make it the minor 5 into a major 5, that note there, which makes it a major, is the reason why they do harmonic minor, because that note when it goes to the minor 1 again,
Mhm.
it basically goes up. It goes dun, dun, like that.
Mhm.
And so a lot of players will like kind of accentuate that. They'll be like,
Ah. So the hammer and pull off.
Yeah, but on
Is
the
that kind of
yeah,
like what the Red Hot Chili Peppers used a lot? Like the
yeah,
Chili Peppers in their music? Like is that kind of like one of their real strong accents?
yeah, it's pretty much like a third, but it's actually an 11th because it's so far apart. But basically, it's like to explain it would be. Let me just bring this up actually, because the two notes we're hitting. Actually, see if you can figure out what those two notes. So first, play the minor five with the as a major.
Okay, so the minor five, which is
Yep.
right here. Oh, right here. I had it.
Yeah, you can also remember it as being just below the minor one.
Yeah.
So
And then
just go back
also,
and forth between these two like this.
and I guess it takes a little bit of training the brain to understand, like when you're thinking minor five, you're not thinking fifth fret, you're thinking
Yeah, yeah,
the
the
strum.
functional chord quality. Yeah,
But when you get that and you come smoother into your like coherency, when I fully understand it,
yeah,
then you have total control.
yeah. So right now we're in the key of C sharp, or sorry, C minor, because this
Yep.
is a C. This is the one chord, and it's a minor one chord, and
Okay.
the minor one chord is C, like you said earlier, A B C.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it as a minor chord, and because it's the one chord and it's a C minor, that makes it C minor key signature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So okay. So just I just want you to do this. Just go minor one, minor five, minor one, minor five,
Minor one, minor five,
and actually I should go like this. Go minor one, harmonic minor five.
harmonic minor five.
Oh, harmonic minor five is with the middle finger.
Oh, you still keep
Yeah.
it as the. Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot that one. So yeah, minor one, harmonic minor five, minor
Yeah.
one, harmonic minor
Nice.
five, minor one,
Yeah.
harmonic minor five.
Yeah. Now I'll just show you. So if you go harmonic, so you do the minor one to
Mm-hmm.
natural minor five will just be a normal minor five with the bar across there. Yeah, that's natural minor five. So try that. Just go
Okay, and when you play
minor.
that chord, by habit, do you try to like support this finger with that one? I
Yeah, it
noticed
helps
something.
because then this one doesn't have to push down as hard. It's kind of like you got, many hands make light work, or in this case, many fingers make light work.
And then when you get more technical, you also get a cleaner sounding overall.
Yeah, exactly. You
Instead
can
of,
push down a little
instead
bit. You get a little more of
of,
a, yeah, grab on
I'm
it.
gonna practice that a little bit. I can feel my fingers stretch a bit, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Your fingers will get
Okay,
used to
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
So,
So you're
so now with
saying,
this one, so the first one was minor one to harmonic minor five.
okay. So
But this one is natural minor five.
so
Yeah,
that's the natural minor five, and then when I put that middle finger back down, that's a harmonic minor five.
exactly. Yeah,
Natural minor five, harmonic,
yeah, yeah. Cool. So then, let me just bring this up again.
and that's when you're in the key of C minor.
Yeah, exactly. Because this one, third fret, we got the A string. A to B is a tone. B to C is a semitone. So boom, we're on the semitone, C here.
Yep.
And because it's minor one, because I made it as blue here as minor, that'll be C minor chord. And it's minor C minor key signature because the root, is C.
Okay.
If we move the root to be like up here, that would be an E flat because we have like C, D. D would be on this one here, D, and then E would be here, and then E flat is down one. So this is actually technically this is an E flat because the one is major, E flat major. So C minor, C minor, and
Yep.
this one here is E flat major. Actually, I'll make this one yellow. E flat
Okay.
major. Are the same key signature. They're basically, they call them relatives. So you got E flat major. So you could say, oh, I'm in the key of E flat major.
Mm-hmm.
All that means is when they dance around and yada yada, and then when they come home, they usually come home to E flat as like the end of the song. They'll do like a a 5-1 cadence.
Yeah.
5-1 cadence means they'll play the 5, and then they'll play the 1.
Okay.
bum bum, or bum bum. Oh, hold on a second. I got my thing is just all of a sudden playing. Okay, there you go. Sometimes it just all of a sudden plays. Okay, so we'll talk about like the 5/1 cadences and stuff like that, but like usually when a person ends a song, a nice way to
Yep.
end it is a 5/1 cadence, which is they do like the major 5 to the major 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bum bum. That's what it'll sound like pretty much like. So play a 5/1 cadence there. Major 5 to major 1. Yeah, see? The end. Yeah, that's usually like people resolve on the 1. So that's called the 5/1 cadence. But you can also do like a 4/1 cadence, and that's called like a plagal cadence. It's like a softer cadence. The 5/1 cadence is kind of strong, like the end, whereas the 4/1 is like the end, the end. Has like a
Okay.
softer kind of ending to it. It's kind of like it's not like an exclamation mark at the end. And then there's 4/1. 4/1 is yeah, plagal. And you can have different types of cadences. Cadence just means like the end of the song, pretty much, or the end of the phrase. Actually, you can hear that a lot in Beethoven's song. You got the bum 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 bum. Here we're on the 5, so it's unresolved.
Yep.
And then bum 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 5/1. And he
Yeah.
resolves it the second time. So usually the first time they resolve it onto the 5 because then it feels unresolved. That's called imperfect cadence because
Geez,
it's
so that hasn't changed like through history.
what's that?
You go, that hasn't changed through history then. It's still used today in modern time and was originally back in Beethoven times
Yeah,
before
yeah.
them.
And they usually do it in 2 lines. So the first line they'll say like da 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 da, and then they'll end it on a 5, and then they'll go la 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 la, and then they'll go 5/1. I mean, you can do it all sorts of ways. You could end it on a 4 or something like that. But the reason why the 1 is the one that sounds the most resolved. It's like the end, basically. Especially if you do
Yeah.
5/1. 5/1 is like the end kind of sounds to it. Whereas if you
Yeah.
go bum bum like and you end on the 5, it sounds like it sounds like it's not resolved yet. So that's why
Yeah.
if you heard a little voice, that's my I've got
Oh,
like a
you're.
grandfather clock kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Gonna tell me the time as we go along. But yeah, so that's just one
Irritating.
simple kind of thing. Like you've got what some people call this the unresolved, and then the resolved. Okay, so
Yeah,
the
and I
first,
guess
yeah,
like if you were a live performing artist, you could use the unresolved one if you're going to jump right into the next song, or if you're playing blues or jazz, and so it's like all of a sudden you could do unresolved, but the next song could, even as a songwriter, if you're performing,
yeah, you could
could then.
like yeah, exactly. You could end it on the 5 here, and then for the next song, and then you resolve it. Oh, sorry, you play it like this, and then you end the 1 here, but the 1 becomes the start of the 1 for the next song.
Or if you thought about it classically, that's how these long scores kind of maybe continue on sometimes. They don't fully resolve.
Yeah, you can do lots of interesting things with these. But basically, some people like to talk about it as if it's like a magnet. So, like a 5 to a 1 seems to have this kind of like magnetic pull, like boom, boom. Like it's like kind of pulling itself to, especially when you're doing a 5/1, minor 5/1. So try this minor 5/1 here. Oops. Yeah, we'll just do this like that. So just try this minor 5/1.
Right here?
Yep. And make it harmonic minor 5/1.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
See? It's kind of like, whoa. It's, the way I like to describe it is it's kind of like a feeling of, and then, yeah. And if you end on the, so go 1 to 5,
Oh, God. Oh, sorry.
unresolved. That's why they use that for the first line, so it's unresolved. And then the second line, they resolve it. So 1/5 is, and then 5/1 is,
And I guess that's why it's also being eventually like on a different level, being aware of spatial breathing in a song. So you can't be like you could if you were doing like a quick little, but sometimes
it's
just
more,
a
it's not so much like actual breathing, but it's more of like a spiritual breathing, like the way you feel. as you do
Hmm.
it. Like if you end on the five, it has this feeling of like it's like ending on a five is the feeling of like a TV show where the guy's like hanging on the edge of the cliff, and he's
Yeah, that's
like,
a good
"Oh
one.
no, is Jimmy gonna fall? He's gonna fall!" He's like, "Ah, ah!" You think he's gonna
Yeah,
fall, and then it cuts. He falls. He starts slipping, and he falls, and then it cuts to the commercial. The
yeah, it's a
reason why
cliffhanger.
they do that, they leave that tension, is because they want you to come back after the commercial. And then it comes
Hmm.
back after the commercial and it shows him falling. Oh no! And then he lands on a griffin and it's like, ah, right? Oh,
Yeah,
Jimmy's safe. And he flies away. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm safe. And it goes on to the next thing, right? But yeah. So it's this
that's actually a
feeling.
great example.
Yeah, good. It's like a feeling of like tension and then release, essentially. So all right. So one last chord here I want to add in here
Okay.
is the minor four. Now, just like the minor one goes like, or sorry, the major one goes here, 1 5 4. This is actually going to have the same pattern here. So the four is actually going to be now on the first fret, like that. So because it's a minor four, you want to make sure you play it as a minor chord, so it'll be flat across. Yeah,
Okay. So
nice.
that goes from fifth or 1 5 4. So
Yeah,
or is that
no, that's
or
correct.
is that be a major?
You can change this one into a harmonic minor five,
Okay.
or you can make it
This
a
kind
you
of
can
sounds
keep it as
cool.
a natural minor five.
Yeah, kind of sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Now here's the interesting thing about why we were talking about functional chord qualities or whatever.
Hmm.
So we had two, right? We had functional chord names and
Yep.
root quality chord names. Okay, so functional. I'm just gonna write it up here. So we got functional chord names, and then you've got, and then we're just gonna say like, you got this one, and you've got root quality chord names. Okay, so if, like a functional chord name would be like the five, but it doesn't say anything is like it doesn't tell us like what chord it is or anything. But like a root quality would be like, for this one it says like this is, we know functional. It says one. It's a minor one because we know it's a the function that we can get from it is that if we know that this is the minor one, it's on the A string, then we know the five is right below it. That's one of the
Hmm.
functional qualities of different knowing the functional quality of the chord. So you know, okay, this is a one, so therefore the one's right below, the five's right below it. So
Yeah.
a root quality though would be if we said this is C minor. But if all we used was C minor, it wouldn't tell us if it was a minor one. It would just say C minor. Like that C minor could be a five,
Yeah.
right? But in this case, in this scenario, it's a one. So that's why it's kind of useful to have both. But a lot of the times people will focus on the functional quality because the functional quality kind of tells them more because if they know it's just if all they know is the root quality name of C minor, then it's kind of like, well, it doesn't really tell them much other than that it's C minor.
Yeah. So you can't accompany an artist like on the fly or improvisation or
Yeah,
even pick
yeah,
or yeah.
exactly.
That's it.
And anyways, knowing the functional quality though lets you do a lot of stuff. Like for instance, we said here functional. We know it's a minor five, and I showed you the minor five can be turned into a harmonic minor five, which is where you
Yeah.
add the middle, which turns it into a major chord. So essentially, this can be turned into a major chord. So I could even say like it can like five as well. We go like slash in between
Hmm.
because it could be even though it's a minor five, it can also be a major five. But it's not necessarily the major five. It just can be turned. It's like a minor five turned into a major. And
Yeah.
then
And did you call that's the harmonic one? That's called the harmonic.
yeah, exactly. And then natural. That's why this one is called when it's just normal minor. That's why it's called natural minor five because the natural minors they all just stay minor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the natural way, but you can switch it up if you want to make that into a major. Okay, and you can do the same thing with the four. So the four is naturally a major four. So play the major four. Oh, sorry, it'll be on the fourth fret, E string.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, I think you got. Okay, hold on a second. Let me double
I
check.
got it now. I was doing it wrong. I
Oh,
was doing the major pattern from the fifth string, but on the so
okay, okay.
that's
So
why it sounded
yes,
wrong. 'Cause I did it like this. I was doing it wrong. Although that sounds cool. That's a whole other way of doing something. Anyways.
yeah, and that actually will switch up the. If we went to that one, that would switch
Okay.
up the tonal center. Essentially, we can talk about that later. But right
Okay.
now, the tonal centers are this one and this one. But
Okay.
if you went to here as the one like you did there, then it almost like makes this four into a five, and it changes up the tonal center. But that's totally doable. It's just something you want to add on afterwards because then you can switch up. Like Bach, he would start off in one key signature, and then the end of the page, you'd be in a completely different key signature.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so
But
you have different ways of like you doing like five of fives and stuff like that. But anyway, so this four, which is a major four, so play it one more
okay.
time. Yeah, you can actually turn this major four, like just like you could turn the minor five into a major, you can turn the major four into a minor. So turn the major four into a minor. Yeah, and then resolve it to the major one. Yeah, nice. So that's like a Beatles trick. So check out how nice this is. This is like one of the nicest cadences. So you know what cadence means?
I'm not too familiar. No.
It's kind of like
I,
the end of the end of
okay.
it's kind of like if you're like somebody speaking, you can hear the cadence of how they speak. It's kind of like blah blah blah, and you can kind of hear when they've like reached the end of what they're saying because they're like blah blah blah
Uh,
blah 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 blah, and they get to the end of the point. It's kind of like you can see that there's a cadence there.
Kind
It's
of
like
like
oh okay,
when
it's the
you
end of the thought.
yeah, or if you listen to a narrative like on a movie of like a love letter that someone's writing to their partner, and you can hear them in the movie. There's
Yeah,
a cadence usually that they do to carry the emotion. And at
yeah,
the end,
yeah,
it's like
exactly, yeah. And so, and also in music, some people think of the cadence as being like the period at the end of the sentence, whereas the first line is maybe a comma, so it leaves you hanging, and then period. So okay, so the cadence. So if we want to resolve a line, we can go four, major four, return it
mhm.
into a minor four, and then resolve it to the one. You see how it's like it's this feeling of like na 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 na. It's like da. It's like the 5/1
Sounds like
cadence is like the end. It's like very much like succinct, you know. It's like boom, boom, the end.
yeah,
Whereas
kind of reminds me of like what ukulele players would do often,
yeah,
like the ukulele being a higher
oh
instrument, like
okay,
how like I don't know, it
yeah,
just had ding ding. But yeah,
nice, nice. Yeah, the that thing.
yeah, like
Yeah, yeah,
Hawaiian or ukulele type music.
yeah. And so 5/1 cadence is like the end kind of thing. It's like kind of like German, I guess you could say. You know, the German's like this is the end, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the plagal cadence is kind of like la 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 la, the end, right? It's more like that's why they call it more of a feminine cadence. It has this more of like this like kind of like sweetness to it in a way. Whereas the masculine cadence 5/1 is kind of like the end, and then the feminine one's like kind of like more. It's just kind of like a little more heartfelt and a little more like flowy, you know, or something.
Yeah, if you're, I guess, in a songwriting sense, you might, it doesn't mean anyone of any gender could sing it, but
Yeah,
commonly you might use that more in a female singer if she's really got a certain tone, or some male singers that have that tone too. I'm not saying it's gender specific, but I totally get what you mean.
yeah, yeah. And actually, they just meant it as like yeah, they didn't mean it like gender specific in that way, just in terms of like I don't know, just the
Visualizing
way
it.
that they're just trying to describe stuff. You know, they would just say like, you know, it's a
It makes
feminine
sense to
kind
me.
of yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's why those are really useful, like the functional chord qualities, and then you can kind of play around with those. But those are like the main kind of things you can do with basically the major four can be turned into a minor four and resolved to the one, and the five can be turned into a major five. Sorry, the minor five can be turned into a major 5 and resolve to the minor 1.
Okay.
And so the main simple cadence, like the basic cadence of a song is basically 5-1. And you're doing the 5 of like major 5
Mm-hmm.
to major 5 to major 1, or minor 5 to minor 1. So it always has to, it can't be like, again, I'll go this one. So 5-1 like that. So these ones are good, but you couldn't do like you probably could do it, but it wouldn't really be the same thing if you did something like, um, like a major 5 to a minor 1 cadence. That would not be considered a perfect cadence, or a minor
Yeah.
5 to a major 1 cadence. That would also not be considered a perfect cadence. It has to be within its own kind of thing.
Yeah, you'd have to mostly use that like maybe at the start of your phrasing and then jump back into again the actual way of resolving it.
Yeah. So, yeah, so think of this as being like a color palette. So you can kind of just like dance around on this, try out different things. Maybe you want to go like start off with the 1. One of the ones I like to do is this pattern. You go 1, minor 1, 4, major 1, and then um, harmonic minor 5. So basically, it's like I could write it like this. I'm just gonna say 1 M for minor 1,
Yep.
and then 4, and then 1, and then it's a 5 minor, but I'm gonna say H for harmonic.
All right.
Okay, so try that. Minor
So you're
1,
going
major 4, major
major,
1.
yeah. And then this is a minor or major?
Major, yeah.
Sorry. And then it goes. Is that a minor or a major there as well?
Major, yeah. You got it.
Oh. And then a minor harmonic, so that would go back to the 5 here.
Oh, no, 5 would be. See, because you played the major 1 here. So now you
Yeah.
got to go to the 3rd fret here.
Oh, that's what I thought too. And it's a harmonic one, so like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so. Whoops.
It's all good. You're just getting used to the patterns of it. So just remember,
Yeah.
this is 3rd fret,
Yeah.
3rd fret, 4th fret, and 6th fret.
Whoops.
Nice. Yeah,
Almost got
exactly.
it. I hit a few wrong notes in there, but I can kind of start feeling it actually.
Yeah. Now, I showed you, there's 2 ways of thinking of this, okay? I showed you where you've got minor 1, minor 5, minor 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got this one over here, major 1, major 5, major 4. But you can also think of it like this. Like if you call C 1, we'll say C is 1, then D is 2, E is 3, F is 4,
Mm-hmm.
G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C again is 8.
And then repeat.
We'll say 8/1 because it just repeats, etc. It just repeats the pattern after that,
Okay.
etc. So you could, so basically, if I did it like this and I said this is the major 1 here, this is the major 4 here, and this is the major 5 here, let's say, okay?
Yeah.
And then the minor 1 would be this A here. The minor 5 would be this E here, and the minor 4 would be this D here. Because A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sense?
Yep.
And then
Sure,
C, if C is, what's that?
I'm sort of picking that up. So like the 1 4 5, yeah, and then the D. Four.
And then this one here is kind of like this, uh, let me see if I can choose a good color here for it. We could say that, maybe we can use gray. I'll use gray. This one here is like the odd one out, the B.
Hmm.
I don't want to use like a question mark, but maybe I'll just use a squiggle. This is like the odd one out because it's neither a 1, 4, or 5 in either of the tonal qualities. Okay?
Okay.
It's just kind of like, it's almost like you've got this tonal quality of like the blue, of like A at the 1, 4, 5 in the minor. And that's like their own family. But that family is related to this family, the yellow family, which is 1, 4, 5 major.
Okay.
And they're basically related, and that's why they share the same key signature. But then it's like this one here is like one of their friends who's not part of their family, but
Mm-hmm.
is good friends with like the whole both families.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's like he's not a relative of them, but he's just kind of like chilling on the side, kind of.
Yeah, he's there to add more character,
Yeah, yeah. He's like
or
I
to
don't know.
maybe, or to accentuate their already beautiful arrangement.
Yeah. So we had like when I was younger, we had my buddy from across the street. He wasn't technically like my brother, but he was like, really good friends. So he was considered like family, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you can, I don't know, it's good to personify them and stuff like that. But anyways, that's just. But then some people will say, okay, if C is the one, then actually I'm going to use the red here. If C is the one, that would be the major one. But they wouldn't even say that. They would just say one because it's the first. And then they would say if C is the one, then the minor one, they call it the six.
Okay.
So I like to say 1, 4, 5 major and 1, 4, 5 minor. But some people like to say 1, 4, 5 major and 6, 6, 2, 3. So they just say 1, 4, 5 and 6, 2, 3. And by 6, 2, 3, they mean minor 1, 4, 5.
Oh, okay.
They're just giving it a different name, and it's because of this, where they're just kind of going along with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's two
Mm-hmm.
different ways of seeing it. I just wanted to show you this one down here first, because
Yeah.
this one is kind of, it makes a little more sense in a sense, because it's kind of like you can see like, oh, they're the same kind of thing, like 1, 4, 5 and 1, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And it's just one's minor and one's major, and then you've got this one off to the side that's just kind of like one of their friends or something. So anyways, that's a cool way to see it. And then I'll just delete that there. So then just think of, actually, you know what? I won't delete that. Keep that. Oops. We'll just say like that. So just remember that the 4, major 4, can be turned into a minor 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the major 5 can be turned, the minor 5 can be turned into a major 5.
Okay.
And then from there, you just got to remember that so if I say 4, so I'm just going to write it up here. So we'll say 4, and then we'll say minor 4. Actually, I don't even know how we would write this, but basically, they would say like flat third.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just, and simplify it, I'm just going to say like, we'll say third, and then we'll say, I'll put it on this side so you know what I mean.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the colors because it makes it make sense more. So 4, 4, and then 1, and then that would be like you just minor that, and then the 5 would just simply go. It'd be 5, 5H, which is like a harmonic minor 5 to
Mm-hmm.
1, and that would be that. So these are two different types of cadences. So just
Okay.
try the first cadence here. This is kind of like the more feminine cadence.
Okay, so we're starting on the sixth fret,
Yep,
or is
or
it
fourth fret, because you're
fourth
gonna do
fret?
the
Yeah.
four first.
Okay, minor.
No, it's
Nope,
a major four because of the yellow.
so it's
Yep,
four.
and then make it turn it into a minor. Yep, and then resolves to the major one.
Over to up here, which would have been there.
Nice. Yep.
So it's yeah, it's like
Yeah, exactly, and that's just a nice way to resolve the song. Now try the 5/1 cadence with harmonic minor 5 and to the minor 1.
so.
Oh, the first one will be third fret. Yep.
Oh yeah, so it's because it's well, that's the five there. Yeah, because we're in the minor. That's right. Sorry. So you want to go to the one?
Yep. Minor 1. Yep. Nice. So yeah, any questions?
No, that's actually pretty cool. So I obviously I got to keep practicing a little bit of my fretboard recognition. You know, like simple little techniques of just like A B C D
Yep.
E F G A, and then because I figured that some of this stuff is like a little bit of like you understand the patterns, but then it's just like learning to play drums, or like I was saying before, how like I've learned to sing to my strumming sometimes. Is like you train the brain to understand one logic, and then it no longer needs to use brain power to
Yep.
remember that, allowing you to move more freely, as I assume, you know, is the kind of idea.
Yep. Exactly.
And then digest that in sections. And I kind of like where you went with understanding it, the major and the minor, but not needing to go, you know, six or continuing on the numbers, instead showing that it's the same pattern but just continued but for the minor.
Yep.
But also the only thing I gotta like refresh myself on is understanding how like a C minor is in the same family as the A.
I can explain that real quick.
Okay.
Just let me add these little texts here because it'll help you remember what we were talking about there. So you got
Hmm.
chord progression, and then this one was cadences. Okay, so you want to know why is it that what is it about C? Or sorry, what is about the major 145 that relates to the minor 145? Like how are they related essentially?
Yeah.
So let me just open this
Like when you show me
program.
the pattern, I'll be able to find it, but I was just curious of.
Yep, yep. So if I explain it with theory, it'll make a lot more sense here. So let's say we just do like C major, because C major is a simple one. It's just C major, C D, oops, E F G A B C. So the key of C major has no sharps or flats, so we don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna add in the note name, so it makes it really easy to see it.
Hmm.
Because I don't want to expect you to know all the note names and stuff like that. Because that's
Yeah, that's what.
back in the day, you had to like really get good at the note names before you could even talk about this stuff. Because otherwise, you're
Yeah,
like,
well,
what are they even talking about?
it's been so long since I've been in the Aaron Symphonic Winds in high school that we used to play the Symphonic
Yeah,
Winds band that I don't
nice,
remember.
nice. That's cool, man. So, okay, so you can think of this as a scale, but you could also think of it as a chord scale. A chord scale, you just remember a chord is just a 1 3 5, right? So, like, if I zoom up here, you can see I'm on the 1, which is the C. 1. If I go here, it's the 2. If I go up another one, it's a 3.
Hmm.
So, right now we have the 1 and the 3. And then I'm going to add the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so it looks, a 1 3 5 looks like a snowman, essentially.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so just think of that. Just think of it as like this chord, this scale. When you add the triad, triad just means like the most basic chord, and so that's what these are here. This is a triad here.
Okay.
And a triad, like a major chord or a minor chord, for instance, would be like made up of 1, 3, 5. And we know it's a 1, 3, 5 because if we look at this F here, if we say the F is the 1, then the 2 is the line, the 3 is the space again, the 4 is the next line, and the 5 is the space again as you climb up. So essentially what we have here is the F is the 1, this next one here is the 3, and the next one here is the 5. Makes sense? Because the 4 is this line and the 2 is this line, so we're not using those ones.
Okay.
And it's all about if. So if F is the 1, right? Because we could say G is the 1. If G is the 1, then this one's the 3, and this one's the 5.
Yeah.
But this one's on the line. And before, that would be the 4 to the F. But it's all about if, right? So we're saying if G is the 1, whereas over here we were saying if F is the 1. If F is the 1, then A is the 3, and C is the 5. But if G is the 1, then B is the 3, and D is the 5.
Okay.
Okay, and you can keep going on and on like that. Like if A is the 1, then C is the 3, and E is the 5.
Okay. That's actually a good way of visualizing and studying.
And it's weird because this one here too, like this C is the 3 for A, right? But it's the 5 for F.
Hmm.
Okay, it's all about like where you start. Like if the root is here, then this is the other one kind of thing. Anyway, so 1, 3, 5. So it's always 1, 3, 5 all the way up. You got like 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, etc.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna name these here. So we got C major, C. Oops, we'll actually go C, D, E. Oh, sorry, this should be D minor, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then this is the weird one, the B diminished, and then we're back to C major. I'll spread it out a bit so it looks a little easier to see it. There. So essentially we have 7, right? Because we have like, this would be the 1, this is the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 7 chord, and the 8/1 chord again.
Yeah.
So, but what we were talking about before is we were saying that like the C, so the C in this case would be the 1. So
Yeah.
we're going to say the major 1. And the 4 is the F is the 4, major 4. And the G is the major 5. And then the minor 1 would be A. And the minor 4 would be D minor. And the minor 5 would be E minor. And then we've got this one over here again, which is the one that kind of is neither major nor minor. It's a diminished, and it's kind of like the B, which is kind of like, it's that friend that's kind of like still part of the group, but like not, like in the family kind of thing. But so then we say like, oh, it's like if we call A the 1, then when we're in the key of A minor. And so it's like if you had like a tree. And actually, I should probably hold on. Let me just hold on. Actually, I want to kind of draw it this way. 1 sec.
No problem.
But if we have a tree and we have 7 branches on the tree, and I'll just do it over here, kind of. Yeah. So we got the tree here. I won't go into too much detail with it. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we could say this is like the 1, 1, 4, 5 major. And this is these are the branches 1, 4, 5 minor. Actually, let's just do it simple, like 1, 4, 5 minor, like that. And then we've got the kind of odd one out here. So 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 basically if I say I'm in the key of A minor, let's say that would be this one here. I'm in the key of A minor, which would be the minor one essentially. So minor one, and then so if I say I'm in the key of A minor, that means I'm building a nest on that branch. So uh, when the bird, starts off, maybe it'll start off on that branch. It starts off on A minor because that's where its home is. Okay, and then it basically it like flies around the tree, and that's the song. Basically, it's flying around the tree. But
Hmm.
then at some point, it comes home for the end, and that might be like a 5/1 cadence. So maybe it's like here, and then it flies up to here, and then it's like, oh, the end. And you know it's the end because that's where it built its nest. That's where it has its tonal center. Okay? But you could have the same exact tree, but just build the nest on the major one over here. And then in that case, you can still fly around the same tree. It's the same branches and everything. You can fly over here to the minor one and down here to the major five and over here to the minor five and then yada yada. But then when you do a resolution for the end, you're going to come back to this nest on one. And then that's when they would say, oh, it ended in the key of C major.
Hmm.
Because if this one was the C, then yeah, basically it would be like ending on the major one, which would be C major there. But it um, could have ended on the minor one, which was A minor, let's say, and then that would be like, oh, but then therefore the it built its nest on that branch.
Hmm.
So when people say like A minor, it's in the key of A minor. Well, A minor is literally the same as C major, has the same notes. You can see none of these are sharp or flat. A minor has no sharps or flats. That's why none of these are sharps or flats. And C major has no sharps or flats, and that's why none of these are sharps or flats. And so that's why they're the same family. They share the same DNA.
Oh.
There's no sharps or flats. It's the same notes, the same tree. But the only thing is, you know, if we say, oh, it's C major, if it's in this key signature, you can say C major or A minor because this is the minor one here, and this is
Yeah.
the major one. If you say it's in the key of C major, that means at the end of the piece they usually come back to C major's house or C major's nest, and
Mm.
that's where it resolves. Like you're not going to go just sleep in somebody else's bed kind of thing. Or
No,
if
and
you
then if you're in C major, you're kind of coming out like kind of glory, like life is good, optimistic,
yeah
reggae, and then all of a sudden if you're gonna go and say, okay, yeah, but I'm so Igor, Winnie the Pooh, or I don't know,
yeah, and
whatever.
that'd be like, yeah, exactly, if you resolved it in like, because the minor house with like A E and
It's
A
beautiful
D and E, it's still
It's one of my
beautiful, but
favorite.
it's also like, imagine like their home decor is like more dark, like maybe they have kind of like goth vibe or something, whereas like the major key 145, if you look at their house, it's kind of like, bright and shiny, kind of like bright colors and like flowers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I don't know, just a way to think of it. But basically, some people say like, oh, we're in the key of C major. You could say that, but you're also in the key of A minor. They're the same thing. They're literally the same thing. The only thing
You
that
can,
distinguishes them is where you come home to.
okay, so you can play them together, is what you're saying, and as
Yeah,
long as you use the proper cadences and resolutions.
yeah. You can, and also you could say like, I could start the song in the key of C major, but then I do a 5/1 cadence with this down here from the harmonic minor five to the minor one,
Hmm.
and then I end it there on this one here, which means, oh, it actually ended in the key of A minor,
Huh.
even though we started in the key of C major. But C major and A minor are basically the same key signatures, and that's why they call them relatives.
Okay, does that make every other note that's 1 and 6 or a distances apart relative to each other? So is D relative to B and E relative to C.
Yeah, actually, you could do that. Yeah, that's a good point. This
Okay.
this minor four is actually related to the major four. So actually, the key of D minor is the same as the key of F major. The key of E minor is the same as the key of G major. Or sorry, E minor. Yeah, E minor is the same key as G major.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The only one that's the odd one out is this one here again.
Hmm.
But you could say like if I said D right now, we started the major one on C. But if we started that on D instead, like let me use a different color here, and we'll say like we'll start it on. Well, actually, you know what? Let's make the A the major one, and we'll see what happens
Okay.
there. So if A is the major one, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Then now we can see, if we look at the pattern, A is the major one, D is the major four, and E is the major five, and then F is the major one, or the minor one, I mean. So now,
Mhm.
basically, this would be like, actually, this would actually be an F sharp. We can get into that later and stuff. But F sharp minor is the same key signature as the key of A major.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's basically they're just relative. So you could say like minor. So that's why if like you're in a minor key, if you're in the key of like C minor or sorry C major, then you can say okay, if I'm in a key of C major, that means I'm also in the key of A minor.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the things that identifies that it's in uh, the key of A minor instead of C major is if you make this the harmonic five, because that indicates oh we're going to resolve to the one, the minor one. Whereas if you kept it in the key of C major, this five would normally just be kept like a natural minor five.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, man. Any questions?
No, that's pretty good, man. I think that's quite a bit to digest in a good way, and
Yeah, yeah,
understanding the patterns,
yeah.
and also understanding how they like and then I'm thinking I'm gonna study that and study my fretboard some more, so then I could use that in constructing and understanding songwriting
That's awesome, dude.
and how to accompany all these different chords, and then yeah, that's pretty awesome. I really appreciate it, dude. That was a great explanation. It's really
Cool,
at
cool.
first I was digesting it, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to understand why the minor and the majors and how they are related. But
Yeah.
then once you shared it, I was like, it started to make sense to me again.
Cool, cool. Yeah,
So
and it's still gonna be like a feeling like kind of like ephemeral, like kind of floaty a bit, um, but you're eventually gonna just like, the more we talk about it and stuff, just keep asking me questions and stuff, and then
mhm.
yeah, it'll just
Yeah, the
click.
muscle memory and reckon like how the brain works. A lot of the times, that's why it's perseverance over. It's not a race to the finish line right away. It's a climb up.
Yeah,
And
but it
so
won't take
like
that
that.
long. The more we talk about it, should be fine.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
like I have good skill with guitar playing, but it's like now this is a whole new realm of trying to like
Yeah,
reawaken. I feel like I'm starting out from scratch again. So that's how I'm treating it.
yeah, yeah. Good approach
Thanks,
to what
man. I
you're doing.
appreciate
All
it.
right, we'll just wrap it up there then, eh?
All right, sounds good, Will.
All right. Take care. Have a nice night.
Have a good day.
Peace.